Hey, welcome everybody. Today is February 7th, 2018. I'm doing the Think and Grow Rich mashup with the quote of the day. Today's chapter in Think and Grow Rich is on persistence. Persistence is defined as the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. Now, I had to change my bedtime a little bit, so I'm doing these earlier in the day so I can make sure to wake up on time. So anyway, going back to the whole thing, I'm going to go ahead and talk about persistence, and here's what's important to know. This is my takeaway. I'm going back to the garden analogy. Hey, James. I'm going back to the garden analogy that I previously mentioned in auto-suggestion a few days ago. Your mind is a fertile garden, okay? And with any fertile garden, you have the possibility of weeds growing in that garden if you don't tend to it. On top of that, weeds have a less chance of growing, per se, if you're sowing seeds of success or seeds of what you desire in that fertile garden of your mind. Persistence, though, when you come in here, I put in for persistence. It says auto-suggestion is backed by persistence. Desire is not enough. Unaccompanied by a plan, you just have a wish. And then it goes back to the old saying, wish in one hand and crap in the other, and see which one fills up first. But if you have a plan to accompany your desire, no matter how unrealistic or impractical your plan is, and you persistently work and adjust your plans, you will keep the weeds of failure out and your success will grow. So it's going to take time for sure, and it's totally worth it. But in the steps described in Chapter 2 in Think and Grow Rich, one of the big steps is to have a plan. So you identify what it is that you desire, you identify what you're going to give in return for it, you set a definite date in which you're going to accomplish it, but then you have to do a plan. And I'm going to hit the plan thing really, really hard today because most people think they have a plan to accomplish a goal. I myself, even today, was like, man, I got to really, really sit there and revise my plans, make them better. But if you have a plan and you persistently apply yourself to accomplishing what's on that plan, no matter how impractical or unrealistic your plan is, just the constant application of persistence to the plan will cause changes to occur in the plan, which will allow you to move closer to what it is that you desire the most success-wise. So it's important that you have the plan, that you apply yourself consistently to the plan. Here's an interesting thing. Failure doesn't take any help from you for failure to develop through a mind that's not focused on success. So if you don't have things that you're focusing on success-wise or things that you want to accomplish in your mind, failure is going to take root all on its own. Hey, Robert, how are you? Okay, so if we can do this today, if you're watching it on replay or even if you're watching it live, if you can do hashtag persistence or hashtag replay today. But now I'm going to go to the next thing, which is the quote of the day. The quote of the day is by Eleanor Roosevelt, and it says, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You must do the thing which you think you cannot do." Okay? So basically, if you're focusing on finding out what you fear most, and you face that fear and you get through it, that's where you're going to gain strength, you're going to gain courage, and you're going to gain confidence. A lot of the times the things that we're fearful of, we don't do just because we got this imaginary thing. Like they say, fear is the false expectation appearing real, okay? But if you face your fears, the byproduct of you facing your fears, whether you overcome what you fear the most or not, doesn't matter. You still gain strength, courage, and confidence by the very experience of facing fear in the first place. So here comes the mashup. The mashup is pretty simple. If you're persistent in the application of your plan, okay, and now here's the mashup, sorry. In your plans, you must always include the things that you fear the most that you think you can't overcome on your way to accomplishing the plan. So fear is one of the main ingredients. This is my major takeaway for today. Fear is one of the major ingredients that must be in all plans that you make. You have to dig down deep and find out what it is that you fear the most that's causing you not to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. So if it might be that you're afraid of success. It might be you're afraid to call people. It might be you're afraid to approach people on the street. It might be you're afraid to call your past clients. Whatever it is that you fear the most, that's probably the thing that you need to be doing the most, and your body's telling you that. It's just without applying persistent effort towards the plan of accomplishing what the steps that are going to get you what you want, those fears continue to be a blocker. So along with a quote, find out what it is that you fear the most, make sure to incorporate what you fear the most into your plan, and then work persistently at overcoming it. That's the mashup between the Eleanor Roosevelt quote, and that's the mashup on the chapter of persistence. I hope you enjoyed it. If you watched it on replay, please put in hashtag replay or hashtag persistence. And thank you very much, all of you, for watching. Have a great day.